It has been over 2 decades since Final Fantasy Tactics first dropped back in 1997, and now it's finally making a comeback. But this isn't just some lazy remaster or nostalgia cash-in. The Ivalice Chronicles is a full-on revival of one of the most iconic strategy RPGs of all time. And trust me, they are going all in. So here's everything we know so far about Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles.
Hey, this is Sean from Gamer Braves. It's been 8 years since we established Gamer Braves channel. We went to a lot of overseas game conference. We did a lot of exclusive interview with a lot of prominent figures from the industry, Ryuzo Sugimoto, Sean Layden, and even Yagu. One of the easiest way to support us is to subscribe to our channel. Support like this will actually gives us motivation and pushes us to produce better content. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of the video.
The Ivalice Chronicles will be dropping on September 30th, 2025. And no, this isn't just the old game with a new coat of paint. This is a full remake, preserving what made the original special while upgrading everything around it. What makes this even more exciting is the team behind it. You've got Yasumi Matsuno, the guy who wrote the original's legendary political drama, Hiroshi Minagawa returning as art director, and Kazutoyo Maehiro, who actually worked on the original as a rookie, is now leading the project as director. So why bring it back now? Well, fun fact, director Kazutoyo Maehiro only played Final Fantasy Tactics for the first time a few years ago, and he realized, wow, there is literally no way to play this game easily on modern platforms. That was the push they needed to finally rebuild it for today's audience. If you have never played Final Fantasy Tactics before, the story goes deep. It takes place in the Kingdom of Ivalice right after the king dies and leaves his toddler son as heir. Naturally, a power struggle kicks off between two dukes, Duke Larg and Duke Goltana, and it spirals into what becomes the War of the Lions. At the heart of it are Ramza, a noble by birth, and Delita, a commoner raised among the elite. The game explores how their paths diverge, challenging their beliefs about loyalty, justice, and power. It's a heavy political tale full of betrayals and moral grey areas. Honestly, one of the best stories in the entire Final Fantasy series. For the combat, it's still turn-based, still grid-based, and still full of depth. You have got over 20 jobs to play with, hundreds of skills, and that same rewarding build your army freedom. And now it comes with a super clean UI showing turn order, terrain bonuses, zodiac signs, you name it. Speaking about the visual, it also got a big upgrade. Character sprites are still classic pixel art but now in full HD. Battlefields look way sharper with better textures, lighting and detail, especially forests, swamps and castles. It's Final Fantasy Tactics but finally looking the way you remembered it. And yes, full voice acting in both English and Japanese. That includes spell chants, battle shouts and even turn start lines. Ramza's voiced by Joe Pitts, Delita by Greg Lowe, and you've even got Cody Christian, who voiced Cloud from Final Fantasy VII Remake, and also Brianna White as Aerith making cameos. Story-wise, they didn't mess with the main plot, but they did add in content that was cut from the original game due to time constraints. Now, you will get extra conversations with Agrias, Cid, Mustadio, and even new branching dialogue depending on your party setup. One cool new feature is State of the Realm. It's basically a live political map of Ivalice. You will see where characters are, how events are unfolding, and can follow the story from a wider perspective. There is also a new tactical view to survey the battlefield, adjustable battle speeds, difficulty settings, and you can now have up to 50 units in your party. That is definitely a massive jump from the original game. During the development cycle, the biggest challenge was that they didn't have access to the original source code. It was lost, so the team had to rebuild the game from scratch, studying old versions and even relying on the feels from playing the original game. Despite all that, they refused to mess with the core systems. One example they considered tweaking was the classic spell charging mechanic, but they decided it wouldn't feel like Final Fantasy Tactics without it. That kind of care shows. And for the old school fans, they have got your back too. There's a classic mode that keeps the original mechanics but adds modern touches like autosave, no voice acting, just pure 1997 Final Fantasy Tactics. So the game will have two versions included, which is the enhanced and classic version that you can choose. The developers also shared a few beginner's tips. First, Don't be afraid to experiment with job builds. It can be overwhelming at first, but the game will help guide you as you go. Second, gears matters a lot. Always check the outfitters in each town and make sure your squad has the best equipment and they will perform way better, especially when dealing with status effects. Lastly, always check enemy stats. Each fight has its own quirks, and knowing your opponent can save you from some nasty surprises. There are few editions to choose from. The Standard Edition is priced at $49.99 and gives you the full game. The Deluxe Edition is priced at $59.99 and comes with bonus gear like the Academy Blade and other early game equipment for Ramza. And for the collectors out there, there's a massive $200 collector's box that includes a Ramza figure, Zodiac Stone acrylic art, a Chocobo plush set, a pop-up art piece, and an art sheet collection, all packed into one special box. On top of that, every pre-order comes with bonus items like Mithril Knife, spiked boots that increase jump range, and some high potions and ethers to help you get started. The Ivalice Chronicles launches on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and both Nintendo Switch 1 and Switch 2. So yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics is back, and it's not just returning, it's evolving. Whether you are jumping in for the first time or revisiting Ivalice after years, this remake looks like the real deal. And by the way, all this came from a pretty in-depth article from our website at gamerbraves.com. Links down below if you want to check it out yourself. So, what do you think of Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles? Let me know in the comments down below who's your go-to party member in Final Fantasy Tactics. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more JRPG coverage like this. Catch you in the next one!